I live in Livermore near Arroyo Mocho Creek. Typically, the creek is either dry or it looks like this. We got some rain here just the other day. This was taken 4 days ago on December 27th, 2022. But it's been raining nonstop. So now, today, New Year's Eve day, it looks like this. We've had at least 12 hours of straight rain. And this is my neighborhood. And as you can tell, our homes are in a little bit of trouble. So literally I'd say it's, if those people there are roughly 6 foot, we're very close to reaching the homes. And I'm in this neighborhood. So for most of the year, the creek is dry, April through November. So dry, in fact, that this brown vegetation, this overgrowth, they have to bring in goats. So Zone 7 hires someone to release the goats. They fence off the area, release the goats, and they have at it. And they do a pretty good job of clearing out that field. This was back in May when I filmed this. I'm walking along the same trail that I was on earlier when I was showing the flood. Now I'm facing west, roughly west, toward my own neighborhood. To my left is the creek, and to the north there is it's a 20-acre field that's a catchment for floodwaters. In the early spring, it's lush and green. This is from earlier that year. But once it turns brown and the goats have their feast, the field is pretty empty. Here's an overhead view. The red is showing the entire watershed. My neighborhood is in the upper left outside of the red. The creek is shown in blue. North of the creek is a walking path on the 20-acre flood field. South of the creek is more flood field, not quite as extensive. In this next video, we start the day, New Year's Eve, 9 a.m. It's the 31st of December, 2022.
Look at that lawn! What the heck, man?
It's going to be fun. So initially we were having fun seeing our tiny little creek swell up into a river, but as you can see from the upcoming footage, starting about 2 p.m. and after, things were getting a little dicey. It's almost up to the bank, like another 3 feet max.
There was a whole island over there.
I know.
Yeah, that's.
Here, wait. I wonder if it's flooded over the banks here. They just built this thing out for flood protection. It hasn't spilled over yet. I can't believe that.
There was an island right there 2 hours ago.
And all these cars usually aren't here. People have been coming regularly today to check out the water. That is just crazy. Wow. Okay, it's now 7 o'clock at night. Let me borrow that flashlight real quick. Hello. So at this point, I had the great fortune of running into David Lund, who said he used to work for the Zone 7 Water Agency, and he was kind enough to fill in some of the details.
Looking at the water too?
We've been checking out all day. I live in this neighborhood, so I'm a little worried. I live just right over there.
Where do you live?
Just a couple blocks down. Yeah, I know. There's been entire trees.
I worked for Zone 7 for 30 years.
Have you?
So this is 14,000 CFS. Check the upstream gauge.
What's CSF?
Cubic feet per second.
Okay.
Okay. So it's about 6 inches below the bridge there.
Oh, down that way. Okay.
So this trail was modified to drop down.
Yeah.
So that
it spills over into that field there.
It's about 6 or 8 inches below, but as soon as the stream comes up, it will overflow there and fill the space.
Yeah.
And that should, during that time of the peak, that should help.
Well, I hope so, because we're from this house right here. We're only about 3 feet down.
I used to live on Anza, across the way.
Oh yeah.
So I remember like 98 or something.
Yeah.
And it came all the way up to our backyard.
Well, if you look at the houses across the way, it's up to their yards.
Yeah, but it's so the critical thing is the bridge down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big log.
Yeah, that thing is 20 foot long.
Something if it's one, and those are things if you hung up on the bridge.
Yeah, that can take out a bridge. We're heading toward the bridge, and fortunately, it's not to the houses yet. But it is definitely all the way up here to the walkway. You have to be careful where you step because it's dark and you don't want to fall in. Trying to keep the camera steady. Wow. I don't know if this isn't showing on camera, but there's actually a wave. Do you see the wave there?
Yeah, I see it.
Wonder if you could surf that.
I got it on my camera.
So what's the normal clearance between the creek and the bridge? It's probably, what, 10 feet or so, right? Normally?
7.
7 feet, okay.
I know it really well.
Okay.
The concrete thing is exactly 7 feet.
7 feet. Well, now we know how high the water is.
What happened?
So what were you saying, another 6 inches and what happens?
Well, no. More flow, another 6 inches, and then it hits the bottom of the bridge, which is called the soffit.
Yeah.
And then also another 6 inches, it'll start to flood the trail. I just walked out there and looked. It's hard to judge.
So we're 6 inches before it starts to spill over that spillway that they constructed.
Yeah.
All right.
And then that's about 20 acre-feet of storage.
Yeah.
So by allowing it to spill over, you stop it from flooding the bridge. That's the theory.
And they just put that in the summer, right? Was that the city, or who did you say put that
Zone
in?
7.
Zone. That was your unit. Okay, great.
I've been retired for 12 years.
Well, I got to say I'm very appreciative to those guys because they're going to save these houses. I mean, what's the level there? We're talking at just a couple feet before it reaches, maybe 4 feet before it reaches that side. We're actually shallower on our side. Our side's much shallower. We're now looking back toward the bridge, and this is the low point. I'm in the low point right now, and it hasn't gotten up this high yet, as far as I can tell. There's the bridge. Let's go see if it's gotten any higher at the bridge. So it's hard to get the scope of how wide this is, but there's a field and a park across from me, and I can see on the other side of that tree line, the water just continues on. As I was walking toward the bridge, I ran into another guy who told me that the floodwaters had filled the field colored there with a blue square, and it was infiltrating around some of the homes.
It's come up about 6 inches in the last about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I've been kind of watching it. I live in this neighborhood.
Yeah, we live
was right behind here, and it's now the creek is behind our house, which it never is.
Oh wow! Yeah, it looked like it was way out in that field. Yeah, that's
It's all
crazy.
behind us now.
Yeah, your bank over there on that side's a little higher than ours, but we've got that whole spillway over there.
Which is supposed to help. But
It's supposed to help. We'll see. This thing is huge.
let's not see.
Yeah. So here's the other side of the bridge. And it seems like the creek is contained on this side as opposed to the other side where it's wrapping around the houses. So let's gauge where we're at. It's actually, it's eroding. It's gone down. Yeah, this is wild. Why has it gone down?
Here, come here.
I think that means it's flooded into that field over there. That's the only thing that I can think. Let's go. Let's look at the bridge.
You can see where it was earlier.
Why has it gone down? I guess the rain stopped and that's that. I don't know. I don't know what to say. You're right. You can see exactly where it was. This was all underwater. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this was all underwater earlier. Wow, that's just nuts. And you can't see it on camera, but it's flooded all the way across there. Some guy was telling me that the creek went around the houses. So some of those houses over there, the creek went around it. So, but it doesn't look like it spilled over here. Okay, now we got to go to the bridge. What you're hearing in the background are fireworks. It's New Year's Eve. In fact, do you have your watch? What time is it?
Yay! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Yay! Happy New Year! This is the weirdest New Year's ever. 2023.
Oh, those were not.
No, they're fireworks. You see them off in the background?
Oh, gotcha.
Ooh, how pretty. Happy New Year. I guess I didn't need you to look at your watch. We kind of figured it out, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they, if they let water through downstream. That might explain why the water is lower. Okay, so now I'm getting some good footage. The water is definitely down.
I'd be too scared to ride in a tube now. You're gonna
Yes.
get your head chopped off going into the bridge.
You'd get stuck under there and probably die. The bridge is not nearly as bad as it was. It's down several feet.
You can see the line.
Yeah, you can tell where it ended. So I learned with this creek that Arroyo Mocho's, I forgot the exact meaning, but it's something like it has no end. It's because it's located between two fault lines, and it ends by going down into the earth at each fault line. It begins and ends. Begins in the mountains and ends in a fault line. All right, kind of anticlimactic. I expected it to be 2023. I expected the thing to be over the bridge, but I guess not. Gosh, the sky, yeah, we'll go back, but the sky is really pretty. You can see the clouds are breaking up. So that's facing west. We're not the only ones out. Okay, let's go. Happy 2023. I guess this is where I'll end it. Happy 2023.